Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. I wasn't able to go out today, so I put together this composite slideshow showing different features in different regions compared to each other, showing the similarities in the features. I'm realizing as I'm getting more reach that a lot of people, when they see one video of one structure, they're saying, isn't that just a big rock on a wall, for instance? And this is going to kind of hopefully kind of dispel that notion and just show similarities and patterns between different structures. So let's jump right into it. On my left is a big oval, as you can see right behind my head where I'm sitting. It's sitting as part of a wall. The wall only extends over to the right. There's a very geometric rock connecting the boulder to the wall to my right in the picture. And it's sitting over these sort of stair steps that seemingly cut into the mountain, which we'll talk about later, and notice this trapezoidal block, which I'll bring up again later as well. This image, I just posted a video of this oval. Both ovals have very flat faces. This one actually on its right has, you can see these triangular notches. You can see this better on my YouTube channel. There's a bit of a shadow in this shot, but it does have these triangular notches. And when I did take this picture about 8 years ago, it looked like these boulders had been notched to fit in here as well. So I do believe this whole thing was carved. You can clearly see the similarity between these two oval boulders with the flat faces. This is this next image is of this. From the back, you can see the large wall extending down the mountain. And you can see again that trapezoidal block, foundation block. You can see the oval is sitting flush with what it's sitting on. Here's a side view. You can see how flush it is sitting, the trapezoidal block, the wall. And here's a composite image. This is a third oval over here, sitting on a large, again, trapezoidal block, another trapezoidal block. This one's not sitting exactly flush, but you'll see in the next image the boulder kind of slants down, similar to this one on the left. So again, this is from my YouTube channel. The slant is here. You can see that better if you watch the video. But again, there's a third oval sitting on top of a trapezoidal block in the region. And now this next image is going to show a structure which brings more features together and kind of blends two different features, balancing boulders and ovals. So just behind this structure, in what I call the Turtle Fortress area, you have this balancing rectangle. I sometimes call it an oval, but it's more rectangular. And it's sitting on this piece of same material, crystalline granite, actually, and then there's another one wedged under here, but not pressing against it. This, if you view this base boulder from the side, it is very similar, very flat to the ones I showed you earlier. Here's a close-up. You can see that very distinctive shape of the rock that it's pressing against, and notice that it does have these sort of let's call them. They look almost like it almost looks like the flat bottom has some cuts inside of it. Now here's another balancing boulder. I'm going to zoom in now into what it's balancing on. Again, you have another wedge of highly crystalline granite. This one is very, very rectangular as opposed to more diamond shaped like the last one. And here is another balance boulder I found elsewhere very early in my time in the region on another wedge of boulder, and it has those kind of cuts in the bottom, just like that big balancing rectangle I showed you. So that, I hope, shows similarities between a number of different structures and how different structures tie into each other in the region, and why I think this is more a sign of an ancient civilization than of random glacial erratics and rubble. For the final sort of composites, I want to talk about this structure. This is a recent video I posted. I call this the turtle cliff carving. It features an animalistic head poking out of the top, these cut sides, just like I showed the ovals sitting on top of earlier. And it does have this crystalline, what I call granite inserts, which tie into larger structures, which I will dive more into on a later composite video. But for now, let's focus on the animalistic head and sides. Here's a side profile of that head poking out. And here is a structure near the balancing rectangle I showed you with a very bird-like head. And here's a side view of that turtle-like head I just showed you. So you can see the similarity between the two. And to up the ante, here's a third structure. So behind this, and again, this is part of the Turtle Fortress area, you have this animalistic head poking out, and it is topped with a large oval boulder, as are many structures in the region. So I hope that explains kind of what I'm seeing when I put multiple structures together in these composite slides. I will make more of these as the ideas come to me, and let me know what you think. Thank you, guys.